all mixed up that gets rid of negative energy and stuff. And then blessing them, just speaking affirmations over them, using blessing oil to cleanse them. So people that wear them, it has a positive aspect in their life.
You see, I'm Southside reppin', Bigfoot steppin', Zone 3 section, this God flow perfection. Hating on the church like I ain't blessed, they section. If we ain't talking money, I got a weak connection, that's on the hood. She said get a bag, so I get it, got it good. Don't complain about my problems, I just put it in a wood. Seen a genie the other day, she said make it good. So I wish for good health, then I wish to look, it's chief, not lieutenant. Yeah, I'm back, been a minute, my hard work gets you offended. Shout out my boy academics, you stay independent. You scamming it behind that twinkle in your eye. See the scamming.
You ready?
Yep.
There we go. Another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show, live on Lake Street. Special guest in the building today. I want to call you Suge Knight because I love that you call yourself Suge Knight, but we got champagne in the building.
Thank you.
So can we just start right there? What is the Suge Knight persona?
So my Suge Knight persona is more so like my alter ego. So my Champagne Currie is just, being a mom, being at home, relaxing. But my Suge Knight is, I'm outside, I'm wilding, but it's a good thing and it's a bad thing because I started off with saying like messing with me is like death row. And that can be a good thing. Like that's where the Suge Knight part even came from because I used to go by Nino Brown. And the only reason why the only reason why I was going by Nino Brown was because when it was the part where he was like pouring the champagne on the girl, he said, "Cancel that girl, I'll buy a new one."
Yep.
I was like, "That's me." I'm like, "That's me right there." So then it went by Nino Brown, but I'm like, "How can I go by Nino Brown if I'm saying Death Row?" So I got to put that Suge Knight, in there. So just started going by Suge, and then. I don't know. It just went on from there. Like
I like it though.
Yeah,
I like it. And
when I say by messing with me is death row, good thing and bad thing. How do I explain this? Like I'm addictive. Like that's pretty much what it is. A lot of people when they're around me, my energy's addictive, my aura's addictive. Like people just love being around me, talking to me, vibing with me. And the thing about it, the bad part, you mess with me, that's the problem because I'm actually like a Suge. Like I blow up, like how he does.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
So keep it cool. You're gonna run him over with a truck.
Yeah,
Got you. Or hang you off a balcony or something. Got you. Fair enough. All right. Okay. So let's talk about I want to talk about your beads business.
Yeah.
It's Alluring Beads by La Rose.
Correct.
Okay. So what is La Rose first of all?
La Rose is my middle name.
Okay.
Yeah. Champagne La Rose Currie.
You're using all your names and monikers and everything.
Yes. Yep.
I like that. So talk to me. How does one get into the business of making beads?
Well, I guess it started off with me wanting waist beads. Like, I wanted them, but I couldn't find them anywhere. And then, like, with spiritual jewelry, you can't just buy from anybody. And I think that's what a lot of people fail to realize. And they're wondering why it's breaking or when they wear it, they have, like, bad luck or something. Like, I wanted something that I felt comfortable with buying from someone, but I couldn't find anybody. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to just make it myself. And then people started complimenting me on it, and they're like, "Oh, where'd you get them from?" I'm like, "I made it myself." And a lot of people are like, "You should sell them." And I'm like, I'll give it a try. So it started off with making waist beads and selling it, and then next thing you know, people are asking for bracelets and necklaces and earrings, and I just went on from there. Just blew up from there.
What's like your creative process? Like, how do you what can differentiate your bead designs versus someone else that's doing the same thing?
Putting a lot of love and intention to it. That's what I do. I cleanse them, I bless them, and my patterns are pretty unique. I'm kind of like an OCD when it comes down to stuff like that.
Yeah. So like colors and stuff like that. Like you're very specific about it.
Yeah, and I put intentions in each and every piece.
Okay. Can people like make requests, or is it just you got what you got?
Yep, I make customs as well because I want like my customers to have something that resonates with them because everything I make doesn't always resonate with a certain person. Like I can say, okay, I really like this, and they could be like, it's not really calling to me because any jewelry that I have, it has to call to you. That's pretty much how I feel. So making customs is dedicated to them and what they want.
For sure. I assume that your clientele is primarily women.
Yeah, it's primarily women, but I started to make stuff for men and children as well.
Okay. Do straight men use beads?
Bracelets.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. I just don't see a lot of dudes out here with beaded bracelets.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
I am surprised. I am. Okay, that's dope. So as of right now, like, where do you work out of? Like, where do you operate out of your business?
My home. I have a desk with all my beads and stuff on there.
Okay, and then you just basically you make stuff, take photos, put it online. You have an online store.
Yep.
How do people find your online store?
Business cards I posted on Facebook, Instagram,
Okay.
Snapchat.
So you got links in all your bios.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. All right, that's dope. So then, do you have like plans to like? Can you get your products like in stores, or would you have to kind of open your own space?
I can get my products in stores. A lot of people have actually offered
Okay.
to do so, and I've taken them up on offers. I'm just waiting for them to kind of contact me back. I was thinking about doing a storefront when I first started making it, but I was like, I kind of just want to stick to online. And if I do sell in other people's stores, that's fine as well.
Yeah, because that's a big overhead cost.
Yeah.
When you could really just do it. I mean, you could do it anywhere, really.
Yeah, I'm like, Rihanna makes so much money off her Fendi, and she's online. She doesn't, like I said, she has her pop-ups here and there and stuff like that, but it's not just big old store Fendi in it, you know?
Yeah.
It's online. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do they not sell Fendi at like any garment stores, nothing like that?
I'm trying to think, because I know her makeup brand, like, with the makeup brand, it's in like Sephora and places like
Okay.
that, but she doesn't have her own makeup store. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So you might want to get your stuff in like Target, or where would you want your stuff at?
Honestly,
Is Target too low budget for you?
No, I wouldn't say it's too low budget. I just don't think that it would be suitable in Target.
Okay.
Maybe more like some spiritual stores.
Okay.
A lot of like these black-owned stores that just opening up themselves.
For sure.
Small businesses.
Yeah.
They could be
Can
appreciated there.
you elaborate a little bit on like the spiritual side of beads? Like, what is it? What is the spiritual side? Like when you say you bless them and like cleanse them, like what does that mean?
So I use like Florida water. Florida water is some type of stuff that's all mixed up that gets rid of negative energy and stuff. And then blessing them, just speaking affirmations over them, using blessing oil to cleanse them. So people that wear them, you know, it has a positive aspect in their life instead of buying jewelry and, okay, it broke and negative stuff is happening, because it does happen if you get it from the wrong person that has weird intentions. It's weird how it works, but it's true. It's definitely
Wow.
true.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know none of this.
Yeah. A lot of people have definitely complained before from other people. Like, hey, I bought this bracelet from this girl and it broke and my life was just in shambles. And I'm like, I'm sorry that happened. Maybe she didn't put her best foot forward. And then another thing about other people that sell beads, most people use vendors. Like, they will buy the bracelet that's already made.
Yep.
With me, I make it. Like, I make it straight from scratch.
Wow. Okay. So can that work in the opposite way? Like if somebody you don't like wants to buy something from you, can you give it negative energy?
That is a really good question. I mean, it has kind of happened before, and it didn't give him no negative energy. So I guess, like I said, it's all about the intentions.
Yeah.
Because I don't mix personal and business. So that's really another thing too. So if anybody that I don't like want to buy something from me, I'm not going, oh my God, I hate you. And like, you know, it's like, I'm just like, okay, you know.
But do you believe you could?
Yes.
You could
I
do it?
definitely-
So you could put voodoo on somebody
Yeah.
with your beads? That's wild.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can, but I choose not to, because like I said, I don't mix personal and business.
That's good. And if you do, don't tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell nobody. Don't tell us all.
Of course not.
Just let their life fall apart and reap the benefits. So let's talk a little bit about the other parts of your career. Like you told me that you were into modeling a little bit a few years ago and kind of stepped away from that, but you might be looking to kind of maybe step back into it.
Yes, exactly.
So talk to me about how you get in, like how do you get into modeling?
So it all started off with Instagram. I was looking for brand ambassador positions, and I ended up getting them. I got some really good photo shoots and stuff like that. And I was trying to get people to pay attention to that factor because, they're like, oh, yeah, your body is perfect, but you're so short with the modeling industry. And that's where it became a problem. But I was doing a lot of brand ambassador work, which was it was really good. It was going good for me. The photo shoots, the opportunities and stuff were going good for me. And then I ended up getting pregnant. And so I had to kind of fall back from that. And I tried to get back into it, and I fell back. And it's like an on and off thing. Like I have an on and off relationship with modeling, but I do want to be consistent with it. It's just, getting the people to actually support me, is getting the people to actually recognize me, because I see a lot of people, hey, I need a model for this shoot, or I need a model for this music video or something. And I'm like, hey, me. And then they're like, okay, we're just going to pick somebody that we already know. So I'm just like, okay, well, hopefully somebody will notice.
Yeah. So now, so what will you do something differently now that you're looking at getting back into it? And why are you looking at getting back into it?
I miss it. I really do. Like,
Okay.
it was definitely a big passion for me.
Yeah. Is it financially
Mm,
pretty good too, or no?
Yeah, it was. I definitely had like a lot of financial opportunities, and I had like a lot of opportunities in general.
Yeah. Plus, I'd imagine this would be this would be a good opportunity for you to market your other business as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. What is the draw to be waist beads?
What do you mean?
Like why is that a thing?
Waist beads? Okay, so waist beads started in Africa.
Okay.
Started in Nigeria, Egypt. Were wearing waist beads to represent womanhood.
Okay.
So, like, people be all surprised, like, oh, little girls aren't supposed to wear that. But it's basically when, like, a woman starts puberty and stuff like that. It's just embracing that she is a woman now. So each and every waist bead has a different color meaning and symbolism behind it.
Okay.
So it's a cultural thing.
Oh, that's dope. See, again, didn't know that.
Yep.
That's
The more
very
you know.
dope. I do like the look though. Like the look is dope. Didn't hippies do that shit too?
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Is that another fucking thing white people stole?
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest.
So you also mentioned that you're working on a book, a poetry book.
Yes.
Talk to me about that a little bit.
Oh my goodness. So I've been working on this book for years now. I don't know when I'm going to publish it, but I've always been writing poetry since I was a little girl. And I just kind of grasped some of the older ones from when I was a kid and then the ones now. And I just put it all in one book, but I haven't published it yet. I was supposed to publish it 2 years ago? And still just been kind of procrastinating on it.
How come? Is it just too vulnerable? You've not.
For one, I'm like, I don't know. I can't really even figure out why I have not published it yet. I know, like, one of the reasons maybe is because I feel like it's not enough, as in I feel like I need to write more poetry in it. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, if I miss out on that, I can just do a volume 2 or a chapter 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just can't really even answer that 100% as to why I haven't published it yet. I want to, though.
Yeah. You should do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just put it out there.
Exactly. I think I need help. Like, I just need somebody to I'm like, here, just take my book and publish it, please.
I mean, that's a real thing. There's definitely people out there that will do that.
Yeah.
The problem with that is I think if you kind of get into bed with like a publisher, they might want to change shit.
Yeah, and that's one thing I don't like, because all my poetry is like, it's not just any poetry. These are true stories. These are ones from the heart, and I know how some people want to like fix it up. Like, okay, yeah, you can fix it up, you can edit it, but when you start to change my story, that's where it becomes a problem.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So you're very multifaceted.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot. Mm-hmm. Very busy.
Yes, very busy.
So how, if you published a book and jump back into modeling and continue your bead business.
Oh, and food blog.
You have a food blog too?
Yes.
Well, let's talk about that.
Okay. So I did, and that's another thing too that I'm just like procrastinating on. I did one video of pimento on Lake Street, I believe, and it went viral on Facebook. It's pretty good. That's the only video that I did though, but pretty much the food vlog is me trying new foods all around Minnesota, eventually in different states too. But I'm just starting off at home first. Small businesses that don't get recognition, because there's like a lot of good food places that people don't know about and that needs some shine on it. So that's pretty much what my food vlog is going to be about.
Okay, that's dope. So it's literally like it's like a what's the name of that show? Whatever that dumbass show is. I don't remember. You're going to go from place to place, trying foods and documenting it and all that.
Exactly. And that's TikTok based.
Oh, smart.
Yep.
So do you utilize TikTok to promote all your business?
I'm trying to. It's just.
How do you do that?
Well, like I said, with my beads, it's more so of Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and then me going to these pop-up shops and promoting that. With my book, I haven't even talked about my book in a long time. People were waiting on it to drop, and I'm just like, oh, well, forgot. Just got to pull that out real quick. With modeling, definitely social media platform as well. And then as far as, like I said, my food vlog, it's TikTok-based.
Yeah, the marketing of all of these things is probably bigger than the actual, like, creating of the products.
Exactly.
because you got to sell a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you talk about doing the pop-ups. What type of pop-ups do you do? Are they usually, do you do like music, like shows, or do you do like, what kind of pop-ups?
So the pop-up events are just a lot of vendors that come and sell their stuff. Some of them are music events, but not really. I'm trying to get into more of the bigger events as well.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
so far, I'm just with the small businesses.
You know, we got a big event coming up.
Really?
Outdoor Music Festival.
Oh, okay.
Loud on Lake Street. It's going to be right on Lake Street. Tons of vendors,
Wow.
some musical acts.
That's nice. The
Yeah.
biggest one I've been to so far was the Black Market and the Juneteenth one.
Mm-hmm.
Those were some really good ones.
Okay.
A lot of people out there, a lot of crowd.
You do Black State Fair too?
No, I'm not doing that one.
Not doing that one?
No.
Why not?
I want to, but I was like, it's the $1,000 fee.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing about it is with pop-ups is the reason why I go for the ones that are kind of low baller is because, okay, it's already bad enough. Like when I went to, because I did the Maplewood Mall one as well.
Okay.
And it's the people complain about the prices and blah, blah, blah and all this. And I'm like, okay, if I spend $1,000 for the Black State Fair, and if I don't get 2 or better, then that's not good. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
it's going to be pointless. And that's pretty much how I feel about certain pricing. Like sometimes I will participate and sometimes I won't. Like I said, I just have to know for a fact I'm going to make that back or better.
For sure. That makes sense. What's the competition like in the bead business? Is there a lot of other people doing the same thing as you?
Not really. It's
No.
really bracelets than anything.
Okay.
Everyone's trying to make bracelets and get into that field, but the competition really isn't as bad as I thought it would be, just because, like, I don't know, people just look at what I'm doing, oh, cool, yeah, I'm just going to do it. And they do it, and then they kind of give up after a while because they're like, oh, it's a little boring, and they just kind of give up.
Have you had thoughts of, like, trying to get into other jewelry, or are you sticking to beads?
That's a good question. I think I've been thinking about some. But so far, I'm really just sticking to the beads. I might find like a vendor and sell stuff, you know, like this.
Yeah.
But I'm really just sticking to the beads so far.
Okay. That makes sense. So you got a book coming out in a month.
Speaking that.
I'm putting it out there.
Right.
You got the poetry book. You got the beads.
Yeah.
Modeling. Food vlog.
Yep.
Anything else we forgot? What else you got going on? 'Cause
This is a busy life.
and you're a mom too?
And I'm a mom. Yep.
He's
Two.
one?
He's
Two?
2.
Just one kid?
Yep.
Okay.
1 kid, 2 years old.
You got him decked out in beads?
Yes. He
Gotcha,
keeps
right.
taking them off though, so I'm like, I'm
Of
going to take a
course.
little older.
Of course. That makes sense though.
Yeah.
That's kind of the perfect jewelry for a little one too.
Oh, definitely, especially protective jewelry. I make baby bracelets, and when everyone sees them, they're like, "Oh my God, that is the cutest thing." And I'm like, "Yeah, my son gave me the inspiration for it."
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. So that you're busy.
Yeah.
How do you do it all? Like, I mean, do you like? I don't think I've ever asked this question on this show ever. We've done almost 200 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
How is like your mental? Like, that sounds like so much.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot, but it keeps me busy. I think with my mental, I have to be on the move.
Yeah.
I can't be at one spot.
I'm like that too.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
one thing I had to realize, because like, okay, yeah, I can take time, I can take a break to relax, but then my head just goes, ooh, just start overthinking, and I'm just like, gotta be on the move. So
Yeah.
when I'm busy, it helps.
I think it sounds like, and maybe I'm wrong, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you kind of are in one of the best types of industries to be like that, though, because you can relax and make a bracelet,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, it's very therapeutic.
I imagine you laid up on the couch just putting something together with the TV on. Am I wrong about that, or is that?
No, that's right.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
Yeah, see that, and that sounds amazing, because you kind of get to. It's almost like you've built a career where it's relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it relaxing to you?
Yeah, it's very therapeutic.
Therapeutic, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, for sure. I'm jealous.
It takes-
I might be your competition. I might jump into this field. I don't know.
Yes, it is very therapeutic, but one thing I do tell people, I make waist beads by hand. So you have to think about these little tiny beads I'm putting on this one string.
Yeah.
I've had a boyfriend at the time. He was helping me. He was getting so impatient. I had my best friend at the time. She was trying to help me. they were just like, oh my goodness, how do you do this? I'm
Yeah.
like, you have to have patience.
Tedious.
For it. Yeah, you've got to
sure.
have patience for it.
Does it fuck your hands up too?
Yeah, sometimes it'll
Yeah.
be cramp, especially when I make the rings. Like when I make my rings and stuff and the wire bending.
Yeah.
And then like I do get frustrated when the wire, because if I bend it wrong one time, it won't go back to normal. So I have to cut it and start all over again.
What's the biggest pitfall of bead making? I don't know what to call it. Bead making?
Yeah, you can call it jewelry making, bead making.
Jewelry making. Yeah, yeah. What's the biggest pitfall? Like, what's the toughest part?
So with the nose cuffs like this right here, like I said, if I bend it the wrong way, I have to literally start all over again. Like I have to use a whole different wire, a whole different bending, the rings as well. And sometimes that cramps up my fingers. And then as far as the waist beads, it cramps up my fingers too. And like if I make one slip up, all the beads will fall right off. You gotta start all over again.
So there's got to be loss, right? You lose product. Because
Yeah.
I imagine if you bend, that's done. Then you don't get to use that no more. And now you've
Exactly.
lost. Technically you're losing money. I mean, it may be pennies on the dollar, but if you do it 20 times,
Yeah, all of that's gonna count.
yeah, it all adds up. That's interesting. Well, I'm interested in the business. I'm going to be watching to see how it goes for you. And I think I know we talked about it beforehand about maybe moving around outside of Minnesota to start trying to build a clientele out there.
Exactly.
The one thing that you have though is the website. You can market it to other cities and states without actually going there.
Yeah.
Is that something you do? Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
You have clientele outside of Minnesota?
Yeah, I made definitely some sales outside of Minnesota, which is a good thing.
That's dope. And I think I'm going to go shop.
Okay.
I might be one of these dudes out here rocking a bracelet.
Yes, I would appreciate that because you'd be surprised. There's a lot of them that do.
And I might need that energy.
Yes, good energy.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Well, I really appreciate your time and the conversation. I think sounds like you got it figured out.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, of course. Well, you know what, though? Actually, before we go, I want to give you an opportunity to give these people a little bit of game. Because it sounds like you've been doing a lot. So look into the camera and give some of these young entrepreneurs a little bit of game about being an entrepreneur.
Okay. Well, I want to start off with saying that it's not easy, for one, definitely not easy, but I realize if it's your passion, you're going to go for it. Don't go for something just because you see somebody else doing it. And that's another thing that I realized in the entrepreneur industry, that people, okay, yeah, she's making millions off waist beads, I'm going to do it too. But it's not your passion. So eventually it's going to fall. So do something that you love, even if it's selling lashes or selling food. If you love cooking, do that. Like, make your hobby into your career, into your passion, and it's going to last longer. And that's really my opinion.
For sure. Well said. And a perfect message for this era, because that is exactly where we're at, is you can now monetize your hobby. Yeah,
everyone wants to follow a trend. And it's like, that's not even you. Like, you do something that's for you.
Yeah, the copycat shit is heavy, for sure. And you can, I'm not going to lie, some people win with the copycat shit. It happens.
Yeah.
But you're going to be happier doing, like what you said, doing what you love.
Yeah, longevity for sure.
So, well said. And again, I appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Tell them where they can find you at.
So you guys can find me on Facebook, Champagne Currie or Suge Knight. My Instagram is ababygirl.guala. And my TikTok, you can do the Taste with Champagne. That's my food vlog.
Okay, perfect. And what's the website?
Website is alluringbeads.bylarose.bitcartel.com.
Okay. And it's in your bio.
Yes.
So you ain't got to type all that in. Just go click it.
Yep, just go click
All
it.
right, perfect. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show, live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1.
Damn, Woody. In high school, I let it blam, Woody. I wasn't playing, Woody. I'm coming straight out the south. Hey, genius, best watch your mouth. When I put up on P&B, right, then ain't he come out. You moving ounces, I just moved 100 things in a drought. You want the south side, outside the fence of your house. You talking all that, then wanna come talk it out. If you ain't talking money, you talking about. I gives a what you do, I'm about mine. I just look at the watch, said it's about time. She in love with my status, said if you don't mind what I'm you the chief of, I said the south.